Alright, we're live. Good evening. Let's get into this forecast. See what's going on. We've got these fibs here on NQ and ES, corresponding on SPY and QQQ. Let's make these thicker. Making this thicker here. Alright, so you can see the previous we got up all the way, so starting with the first significant green candle that actually followed through, right? We got up on the SPY up to the 423 really, before too much resistance, but the difference here is that this candle is much bigger. I mean, if I want to kind of make it more realistic, I might even want to bring it back down to the start of this one, since it was such a gap up, and that actually makes it more similar. But I'll stick with the candle, and really we're going to be looking at ES anyway. I mean, the Qs have a decent example here, or I can start all the way from the bottom candle. You can see it's, I mean, very similar, really. But what you will notice is that we're now at a 423, right near the 423, so that could be a topping area. The RSI and the MACD both look okay. We're near the top Bollinger. You can see whenever we start outside of the top Bollinger on SPY, usually get it come back down. Starting right on it, that's fine, but outside of it, usually come back down. We've been finding support at the 5 SMA on the daily consistently, so that's pretty good. Still strong with the 5 above the 20 on both of them. We got the yellow 5, orange 20, blue 10, 50 down here. So really it still has more room to go. If I look at the weekly, not really topped out or anything on the weekly. We're coming into like the weekly Celts. We are above the weekly Celts on SPY, so we could have a holding week for sure. Something like, pump into the highs like these weeks, and then have a holding week, or something like this, just a steady, consistent week. If I let's pull the daily chart, take a look at what those days looked like. Yeah, right around here. Yeah, so Friday doji, which is basically what we got, started just in line and then pumped up that day. Tuesday doji, gap down dump, slight gap up pump again, and then a strong Friday close. So maybe we could see a little bit of mirroring there. I think that would look pretty similar to what we already had. If I go over to ES and NQ, which have better fibs, starting from the bottom side fib, which is the move here, we've got let's make these more visible. Okay. Starting from the first green candle here, we get up to the 2618, and then find a resistance, come all the way back down towards like the 1 originally. Here we got up towards the 2618, perfect tap, right? Perfect tap here on the NQ, and then came back down towards the 168, found the support, moved back towards the 268, hit the daily Bollinger, right? Found some more resistance. I am thinking, I mean, if we just start pushing out above this 2618, right, that would be the steady. So 161. This right here is a standard 1618 to 2618 grind, right? This is a standard 100 to 1618 grind. It actually didn't even give a massive gap up, didn't give people any time to actually do anything about it. Steady grind up 261, come back down to the 161, back to the 2618. So if we pop above, we should see a strong pop above. So that could be that day we were looking at previously. Could be similar to that. Where was that day here? I was looking at it on SPY actually. But it corresponded to, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? Yeah, we could have a strong week like this. And that corresponds to that day. Yeah, we will hit that Monday and then maybe just start pushing. Something like that. Many days in a row of steady consolidation. Is that what we've been seeing now? No, it hasn't really been steady. Been dumps, recoveries, gap up, dump. Well, let's not get lost in looking at the past, but I think this 2618, if we have a strong pop above it, we'll probably see continuation and then a push towards the 423 in whatever fashion. Will NQ finally make a new high and then maybe we'll start fizzling out halfway or something like that. Because halfway point would be right around here. We pop through it, got a little hesitation, but if we get above this 2618 with some strength, it'll probably continue is the point. On the Futes, again, either strong continuation above here or slow dwindle back on down. I'm really not seeing too much on the max that would say a whole lot otherwise. No super over hot or anything. It looks pretty normal. The MACD, yeah, it can come into a little bit of a cool down and then just pop right back up and keep running. So let's look over at the 30s. Entered a new buy signal. Right? Got the old buy signal here. Finally came back for a test. Pushed us into a new buy signal. This buy signal never really got back tested. Went into like the shortest little sell. And then back into a fresh buy signal. So there's a VWAP there. If I can put the corresponding anchor on Qs, yeah, got that nice tag there. Potential continuation. Yep, got the continuation as well. Need to start using anchors again, man. So there's that, and then pull this all the way back to here. Crush down to it. So then here are these anchors for the current buy signal. Look pretty high up. Go over to this dashboard. Just looking at the left side here for the 4, 1, and 30. Definitely looks like we could be ramping that 4 up into a nice move. Definitely possible there. Could be a start to a push like this. Let's go over to the 2, the 10, and the 15. Looking at the 2 and the 5 here. 15 Mac here. Let's change that to 15. And this should be the 1. Yeah, I mean 15 could potentially roll down here. I'm kind of expecting just not much really. Yeah, I mean like whatever overnight. Expecting that we kind of wind up right in line with where we're already at. And then to see on tomorrow, because yeah, I think it'll all come basically down to if we get that push towards the 2618. I think at least testing this 2618 again be pretty reasonable. I mean, SPY is now above it, right? SPY is above it and consolidating. I think any day that opens around it could be continued. So it pushes over and consolidation above that 2618. Yeah, I mean, I think we're basically looking pretty bullish as long as we hold these levels down here. So I think that's really the wrap, and we'll see what happens on open tomorrow.